Hi, today's topic might be controversial and some people may not like it, but I want to look at this strictly from an economic point of view, not political one and without bias. What if 8.5 billion could create about 85,000 jobs in Canada? Let's look at the numbers. Over the last 3 years, since Russia's full invasion in 2022, Canada has committed about 25.5 billion Canadian in aid to Ukraine, according to the Government of Canada. That includes about 8.5 billion in military assistance, around 397 million in humanitarian aid, 702 million of development, reconstruction, and stabilization, and over 12 billion in financial support and loans. So in simple terms, Canada has committed about 26 billion over the past 3 years, or roughly 6 to 8 billion per year. Now let's assume something important. Let's keep all this humanitarian and financial support exactly as it is, but let's focus on just one part of the spending, the 8.5 billion in military assistance. Now let's switch the conversation to jobs. Economic development studies estimated that creating sustainable jobs in Canada costs roughly 50,000 to 100,000 for many private sector jobs, 100,000 to 200 for capital intensive industries like manufacturing or technology, and from 20,000 to 50,000 for service sectors jobs like retail or hospitality. To keep things simple, let's assume 100,000 as an average to create one job in manufacturing. If 8.5 billion were used for a job creation instead of military assistance, that could potentially create about 85,000 jobs in Canada. And here's something interesting. Canada recently lost about the same number of jobs in a single month. And if these jobs were created in the service sector, where the cost can be closer to 50,000 per job, the number could reach 170,000 jobs created. And remember, this comparison only looks at a military assistant for or to one country. So the question becomes how many jobs could potentially be created inside Canada if similar amounts were invested domestically. Again, this is not a political argument, it's simple an economic perspective based on the numbers, but it does raise an important question. Where should government prioritize spending when it comes to economic growth and job creation? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you.